Most of the conversations around hair length focus on genetics, but for most people, the growth cycle is simply stalling at the surface. Look at this hair strand. It isn't stopping because it reached a predetermined limit. It is struggling to emerge through a layer of hardened sebum. When the scalp environment becomes this congested, the hair follicle begins to shrink, producing a finer, weaker strand until it eventually stops producing hair altogether. If you see more hair in your shower drain than you used to, or if your edges are visibly thinning, you've likely tried every serum on the market. The frustration comes from seeing no change after months of effort. You are spending all your energy and money on the visible hair shaft, the dead tissue, while the living tissue beneath the surface remains ignored and undernourished. To fix this, we are going to create a specific at-home overnight oil formulation. This isn't a cosmetic cover-up. It is a targeted approach to altering the biological environment of the scalp using high-viscosity carriers and botanical activators. It is a low-cost method that relies on chemistry rather than expensive branding. However, you need to follow the application and removal steps exactly as I described them. There is a specific way to wash this oil out of your hair that we will cover later. If you get the formulation right but fail the washout, the residual oil will actually clog your follicles and cause the hair to shed prematurely. Stick with me until the end to ensure you don't accidentally reverse your progress. Reaching your hair's maximum growth potential requires a total shift in focus. We are moving away from treating the hair you can see and moving toward managing the biological scalp environment. When the soil is healthy, the plant grows. The same rule applies to your hair follicles. Let's begin the mix. You'll need a dark glass dropper bottle. Amber or blue is best. These botanical oils are sensitive to light and will oxidize if left in a clear container. You'll also want a small funnel to ensure precise measurements and a clean process. Our first ingredient is Jamaican black castor oil. Measure out exactly 2 tablespoons and add them to your bottle. This oil is processed differently than clear castor oil. The ash from the roasted beans gives it a higher pH, which helps open the cuticle of the scalp. The reason we use this specific oil is its high concentration of ricinoleic acid. In this diagram, you can see how the heavy viscosity of the oil interacts with the skin. It draws blood towards the surface. This capillary expansion is vital because your blood is the only thing that actually carries the oxygen and protein your hair needs to build new length. Because castor oil is so dense, we need to balance it. Add exactly 2 tablespoons of jojoba oil to the bottle. Jojoba oil is unique because its chemical structure is nearly identical to human sebum. By mixing it with the castor oil, we create a blend that the scalp doesn't reject as a foreign substance. It allows the mixture to penetrate the lipid barrier of the skin rather than just sitting on top of it and feeling greasy. If you find this breakdown of the biological process helpful, please like the video and subscribe. It helps me continue to produce these evidence-based beauty guides. Let me know in the comments if you've used castor oil before and your experience. This carrier base performs a specific task. It aligns with the scalp's chemistry to ensure active ingredients we add next reach the follicle. Without this specific ratio, the treatment remains a surface-level application. Now we add the activators. Use a precise dropper to add exactly 10 drops of rosemary essential oil. This chart represents a peer-reviewed study comparing rosemary oil to 2% minoxidil, a common hair growth drug. Over a 6-month period, the group using rosemary oil showed a hair count increase equivalent to the drug group. It works by inhibiting DHT, the hormone often responsible for thinning, without the chemical scalp irritation associated with synthetic treatments. Next, add 5 drops of peppermint essential oil. This provides a cooling sensation, but its primary role is vasodilation. It widens blood vessels, ensuring the nutrients in your bloodstream can actually reach the hair bulb. Do not attempt to use these essential oils without the carrier oils we just mixed. In their undiluted state, rosemary and peppermint oils are far too potent for the skin. Applying them directly can cause a chemical burn on the scalp, which would lead to permanent follicle damage. Seal the bottle and shake it for 30 seconds. This ensures the essential oils are fully emulsified within the carrier oils, so every drop you apply has the correct concentration of active ingredients. We now have a formulation that uses specific botanical ratios to stimulate the follicle. By keeping the concentration precise, we trigger a growth response while keeping the scalp's tissue safe from irritation. Before you apply the oil, place the bottle in a bowl of warm water for a few minutes. Warming the oil reduces its surface tension, making it much easier for the scalp to absorb the nutrients quickly. Part your hair into 4 sections. Apply oil using the dropper directly onto the scalp partings. Focus entirely on the skin. You don't need to waste this oil on the lengths of your hair. The biological action happens at the root. Once the oil is applied, use your fingertips to massage your scalp for 5 minutes. Use firm, circular motions. You want to feel the skin moving over your skull. This massage is a mechanical requirement for the oil to work. As you can see in this microscopic view, the physical pressure forces blood into the tiny vessels surrounding the hair root. This carries the active compounds from the oil directly into the hair bulb where the new cells are being formed. After the massage, tie your hair in a loose braid and put on a silk or satin bonnet. This prevents the oil from being absorbed by your pillowcase and keeps your scalp warm, which helps the oil stay in a liquid state for better penetration throughout the night. Leave the oil on for at least 8 hours, but do not exceed 12. Your scalp needs to breathe, and leaving heavy oils on for too long can lead to a buildup of bacteria. The success of this routine depends on both the chemical saturation of the oil and the physical pressure applied during the massage. These 2 elements work in tandem to ensure the nutrients actually reach the living tissue. Now for the most important part, the washout. You must double cleanse your hair the next morning. Use a shampoo specifically designed for the scalp. Scrub thoroughly, rinse, and then repeat the process a second time. If you don't double cleanse, you leave behind a film of castor oil. Look at what happens when that oil sits too long. It traps dirt and blocks the pore, which can lead to folliculitis. This inflammation weakens the hair's grip, causing the strand to detach from the root and fall out. Proper washing is the only way to prevent this. In terms of results, your scalp will feel more hydrated after the first use, but new hair growth is a slow biological process. You should expect to see small baby hairs appearing along your hairline after about 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use. Perform this routine exactly twice a week. Any more than that may overstimulate the scalp. Any less, and you won't maintain the necessary level of blood flow to the follicles. If you're ready to start, comment Hair Growth Challenge below, and let's track our progress together. Make sure you're subscribed for more deep dives into the science of beauty. While we can't change our DNA, we can change how we care for the biological environment of our scalp. Consistency with this routine provides the follicles with the physical and chemical support they need to produce their maximum possible length.